This is Pixel, and her first time going over a jump. She looks pretty good. Basically, we started end of April jumping little cross rails in that height vertical. After the end of each ride every day, I'd do about 3 to 4 jumps just to start getting her figuring out how to do it. Of course, we started with some free jumping in the round pen. I think I showed that in the last video of her. And then we started to progress to this, and I think she's doing pretty good. She's got quite a bit to figure out with the coordination part, but the fact that she's going up to it and every single day she'd get straighter and straighter was pretty good. I also played around at Liberty with her. This has been pretty fun just playing with her. I did start to figure out that she is a little bit attitudey on the ground, especially when working on draw. So we went on to the lunge at some point, and I started to work on getting her to push out more. Now, I do have to talk a little bit about, behind, sometimes she looks a little bit funny. She is a horse that has locking stifle sometimes, unfortunately, so that's why she looks off. That was her first trail ride. We just hauled to a local trail. She did great. Today, Pixel is learning about hobbles. She has been led by her feet and had one leg hobbles before. It's been a little while, but I just went and put these on because she does know a little bit of leg restriction, and she's not the most thrilled right now. She's honestly just trying to find food to nibble on because she's a little bit upset at me. But we're doing this quick. It's a break in between our groundwork session and we did a really short Western session, and then I'll let her do this as I ride another horse, and then she'll do her English under saddle session. She's in a little bit of a boot camp this week. Usually we do like 1 or 2 sessions, but right now we're doing 3 or 4. They're all fairly short though. I mean, one of them is literally tacking up and doing a little groundwork and then being tied up. Pix. Oh, it's so miserable. I'm so sorry. You gotta learn things. No, Pixel. Close. Come on, longer. We have been really working on our transitions. This was, I actually don't remember when these clips were, sometime in May. But I'm starting to get her a little bit more supple into the bridle while also trying to get her to engage her hind end a little bit more. We did start working on some walk to canter transitions too, but I try to keep the trot to canter pretty high up there because, like I said, we're working on a lot of strengthening the hind end. When I go out west, it's going to be even better because we get to be on hills when we're out there. Like you can see right there in our halt. I don't ask her for hard halts too often because it is hard on that hind right leg. She is sound though. It just, is a thing that young horses have sometimes developing. She's no different right to left. She picks up both leads equally. She's not one-sided, but she does struggle back there, and you can kind of see it hitch sometimes when she stops hard. So a lot of those Western maneuvers, unfortunately, that we have to do for the Western show are going to be a little bit more difficult for us, but it's not worth the health of this awesome horse for me to try to push her like that. And our spins are coming along slowly but surely. Our primary discipline is English. We will just be doing the Western show for fun. So these clips are probably like mid-May because we've started to canter out of every single jump. I'm not really asking for leads coming out, just simply cantering out of them. Trot in, canter out, not just trot over and do the best you can with your body. And she's definitely started to figure out a rhythm. She's pretty cute. We still have a ways to go, but again, she's young and learning so many different areas of life right now. There's no need for me to push her really hard at jumping anything. and I don't want her to learn how to rush or get impatient or get looky at it, so we kind of just go at this even pace and try to keep our tempo. Big jump. She's seen that one before, but definitely caught her by surprise that time. But I like that she doesn't refuse. She still tries. This is also her being really good with the cameraman running alongside of her, so I'm pretty proud for that. Although I think both the horse and I prefer English, we did sign up for the show in July, so every other day I ride Western. Initially, I got into an English phase where I think it was like 3 weeks straight. Around that dressage show, we only rode English. I completely threw away the Western tack. And then when I reintroduced it again, she was like, I don't know if I love it so much. So that's when we went back to our alternating days between English and Western. You could see it hitch again in that stop. She did get worked on by myofascial again, and it did get a little bit better after that. Usually once she gets warmed up, it gets even better, but this girl, she tries so hard. She's an opinionated red mare, but not in a crazy horse way. Just in a way where you got to get along with her, and she'll get along with you. It's kind of a mutual thing. Sometimes at the end of my session, we cool off by working on our trick training. Now the laydown, because I taught it with the capturing way, I'm starting to work on her not moving quite as much, but it's a process to teach that out of them again, but she does have the laydown pretty decently, so I'm happy with that. This was the first day I started to work on teaching it out of her. And then her sit-up is pretty good. She also sits down on a beanbag, but I don't know if that's a full trick yet. We only did it once. She's really good at her smile. These are just a few little things that we work on kind of at the end. We haven't really had a full-on session focused on just trick training, but this was pretty natural for her to do, her sit-up.
Sit up a little more. There we go. Oh, we might fall.
This day she was having more of a jumper day. She was really wanting to rush the jumps and then get a little bit speedy afterwards. So we did some exercises to work on that, similar to what you would find in like, I'm missing the name for it right now. Not a hunter derby? Maybe it is a hunter derby, where you stop after the jump. You ride in a straight line and basically stop. So we did that a little bit and really worked on coming down to a nice, slow, even paced trot.
Girl. Oh, are you gonna try to sit? It's her first time doing the lay down on command, and for legit, she's never laid down with tack on before. With tack on. And I have no cookies to celebrate with you, huh? You cannot roll though. Good girl, Pix. Good job. We also worked on learning how to drag something today. Not her favorite thing, but she didn't do too bad. She tried really hard.
We worked on it again the following day and she was even better, so I really didn't give her enough credit. She had just had one day under her. She was doing all right with it. It also is really hard to film from this angle, but Pixel is doing great. I can't wait to give more frequent updates on her once we are on the road, which is coming up really soon.
Good girl. No. She's like, good girl means come in, right? Pix.